Hi everyone, welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Welcome also to your lunar eclipse in Scorpio on the 5th of May. This is a reading for the 5th of May. I'm going to talk for a few minutes here in the intro. If you're not interested in that, please go to your individual sign. Obviously, first and foremost, your moon sign. Find your moon sign and go to that. But I would also listen to the sun and the rising. Just click on the link in the description box down below and it'll take you right there. But a few moments to talk about this lunar eclipse that is in Scorpio. So it's a lunar eclipse, it's a moon eclipse. So we already have the moon and we have the completion of the moon. We have the eclipse and we have it being in Scorpio. So it's sort of all of it talks about a completion. It talks about something that has sort of come to an end and it needs to come up to the surface. So the moon and Scorpio in itself is very much about like what's underneath, what's hidden underneath. It can be about secrets. It can be whether that is like holding a secret on purpose from someone else. It can be not wanting to share certain information with other people. It can be just things that has happened to yourself that you're not willing to share that with others. You just want to keep that to yourself. So whatever that then triggers or starts to maybe even inflame in certain people, even in communities, even in, even in big as countries, those things with the lunar eclipse now and from the solar eclipse that was taking place in April on the 19th and 20th of April of 2023 is like it's been a window of opportunity. It might not have felt like an opportunity. It might have just felt like, let's just get straight into the yummy stuff, and the yummy stuff being really hard to deal with. But it's like it just doesn't have any room anymore. So whatever sort of is laying dormant underneath, whatever secrets you've been carrying, whatever and secrets doesn't necessarily have to be like an actual secret. It can just be things that just doesn't match, things that is not authentic to you, things that is just not sort of true or honest about who you are as an individual on this planet in this time needs to come up to the surface. And it's like we have had a window there between the solar eclipse and now the lunar eclipse for a few weeks where we've had all this information, if you will, just coming up, which means something might come at you. Things have maybe started to change a little bit for you to even recognize that this is still going on inside of you, for you to deal with, for you to heal it, whatever you approach you feel it necessary, feel appropriate. And this eclipse, like on the very day of the lunar eclipse, like give or take a few days back and forth, it can actually be that if you've been thinking about like things have really started to clear up in these few weeks that maybe I shouldn't be in this relationship, maybe I shouldn't be in this job related situation, maybe this health journey that I'm on right now, maybe I should take a different route. Like things probably have started to point themselves out to you. Does that make sense? It starts to point itself out to you. And even if you haven't if you started to get some information and start to like, there's that thing again, or like, this is not working, or like, we're sitting here talking about this again, or like, we need to really address this when it comes to our business or our career, or like, it's gonna be known to you. And then on the eclipse, it might even be that the very thing that doesn't work anymore, the very thing that has come up to see the light, that has come up from the deep dark places of Scorpio or the moon, might like actually on the eclipse just be eclipsed. Is that even a thing that it's getting eclipsed? It's getting cut out. It's being like just really dealt with. So if that is like something you need to let go of, if that's something you need to go in and actually have a conversation about, it's like we can't sort of escape this, and we don't want to escape it. We actually don't want to escape it. I've had a couple of things happen right as we had a solar eclipse. So it's almost like I've done, but that seems to be my theme overall. I sort of have almost had that done before everyone else comes into it. And I think that's why it's easier for me to then be a leader or a teacher or hold someone's hand, because I've already dealt with mine. So let's just hold your hand for right now. And I feel like things that started to happen and come in, I was like, I don't want this. I don't want to see this. I don't want to deal with this. Why is this coming? And then as I was starting to like really look at it and like really, okay, there's an actual opportunity here to just get rid of this once and for all, or just heal this once and for all. And coming out of the other side of that has just brought so much clarity and so much power and so much strength in my own life. There's just, and from the very beginning, I didn't even want the thing that I needed to solve. Like I didn't want it to show up, because it's like, then I need to feel emotions and stuff. Like it's really, really tough. And then once you like work through it, and obviously I've been working at this for a while, so this working through it was just my sort of eclipse. That was my like, okay, it's time to let this go. So if you feel a little bit overwhelmed right now, if you feel like your surroundings are a little bit going like berserk, going a little bit crazy, just know that this is a very, very specific time where things are pushed up into the surface. Like it really can't be held down anymore. And whatever you are on that journey, whether you can be the one holding someone else's hand, or if you need to reach out and ask for someone else's hand, this is a little bit of a crazy moment. So just, do your meditation, do your earthing, put your feet on the ground. That's probably the best thing right now. Drink water, get your sleep and rest in as much as you possibly can. Anchor yourself into the ground as much as you can, and this too shall pass. Okay, then on to the next thing, but for right now. Okay, I'm gonna move on to all the signs, all the different signs. So welcome to all your individual signs. Welcome, beautiful Aries, to your lunar eclipse quickie. So let's see what we have for Aries, please. Just some short messages here, some inspirational messages from your guides about what to do in this particular time around this eclipse. What do we have for Aries, please? There you go. Aries. We have triumph and we have rejoice and celebration. That's gorgeous. So even if you feel like things have been a little bit heavier lately, or things have been like I just explained in the intro, a little bit crazy, or a little bit like what on earth is going on, all these emotions that you haven't been able to sort of keep down, but rather they're just one after the other, just coming up to the surface. However that has started for you, and wherever you are in the midst of that sort of process or progress right now, know that at the end of this, whether that is like you all of a sudden you had to change your job, or all of a sudden you need to move, or you need to you just feel the urge to break it off with a certain relationship. And it doesn't have to be just romantic partnerships. That can be friendships. It can be even family members. And I know that's a tough one. But at the end of that, there's going to be a feeling of triumph. There's going to be a feeling of victory. Like you're so, like, it looks really bad initially. If this is like you being let go even from a job, or you're understanding, I can't do this anymore. So you quit. Almost like I don't know what I said. I just went in there and I said that I wanted to quit, and now I come home and it's like, what did I do? Just know that give it a few more days or a few more weeks, and you're going to be so happy you did, because it is a triumphant, it is a successful moment in your life, and it's rejoice and celebration. So that it can also imply that you're coming together with like-minded people that really shares your path right now. So if you chose to cut someone out of your life, you just didn't feel supported as a friend or whatever, and then a couple of weeks later, this new friend is just appearing almost like out of nowhere, and coming together with like-minded people seems to be very important for you right now, and seems to be a theme right now, I feel, for a lot of people, just finding each other that are sort of sharing the same path. This can also literally be like a celebration, a party, Someone is getting a promotion and therefore we're celebrating that. Someone is hearing beautiful news about like a pregnancy, or someone is going to get engaged. There's a birthday party. Like there's a lot of celebration here, like, or just a feeling of celebration in the air. So this is, whether you start on a really, really lousy note, on a low vibrational note, this eclipse is going to really work well for you. Okay. That's what I have for you, beautiful Aries. Thank you. Hi, beautiful Taurus. Welcome to your lunar eclipse in Scorpio quickie. Let's see what we have for Taurus here, please, for this time. Taurus, Taurus, Taurus. What is going on for Taurus, please, for this lunar eclipse? Wow, we have the Power card. And we want another card. We have the Power card. That can be a connection to Leo. Really strong energy there. I dropped it, so I'm going to actually shuffle a little bit more about fulfillment of wishes. This is gorgeous. We have an 8 and 9 there, which is a process. Felt like I dropped it, but it might actually be the card. We're going to see. It was the card. Okay, didn't drop it. So we have 8 power and 9 fulfillment of wishes. This is just really, 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 really gorgeous. Like I talked about in the intro here, like it can be a quite, I resonate more with this. Like if you feel what I'm feeling, Taurus, is like fulfillment of wishes, power. Like you probably are already in the solution of things. If you're not, I promise you'll get there. And of course, that is a little bit up to you. Like you have to do the work. You have to be willing to let go of what doesn't serve you anymore. And you have to be willing to actually just let your secrets breathe, or let your, whatever you want to call it. Like don't hold, if you walk around feeling like you're holding something in, you're holding something down, please don't. Please share it, or write it down on a piece of paper if you don't want anyone to see it, or go to see a therapist that has nothing to do with you, or like is not biased, or you know, anything. And then on the other side of that, there's like reclaiming that power of yours, stepping into your strength. And then because you are 8 and then 9, we're coming into fulfillment of wishes. So this eclipse actually is a feeling of bringing something about, something that you have been working towards for a while, Taurus. And now with this eclipse, it's like, and there it is. Like it just really shows up, almost like out of the blue. Obviously it's not out of the blue, because you have worked your way into this power. You're the one feeling more strong and more confident than ever. And because you're starting to attract these things. So if it is a little bit messy right now, know that this is on the other side of this eclipse, and it looks really, really good. Okay? That's what I have for you, beautiful Taurus. Thank you. Hi, beautiful Gemini. Welcome to your lunar eclipse quickie. We're going to see what inspirational messages we have for you for this lunar eclipse. What do we have for Gemini, please? Gemini. I hope you're doing okay in this quite crazy energy. See what the first card was. The universe. I mean, at least Aries, Taurus, and now you are starting on a really positive note. The universe card. This might even be like the outcome, or like the result, or this is what like you're stepping into after some hardship with this eclipse. I felt the prosperity card. Let's see what's coming out. This actually flipped, but it didn't come out. This actually came out for Taurus. Fulfillment of wishes. We have fulfillment of wishes here. Let's see if we have the prosperity card with the red border. Or I'm just supposed to tell you about it. But let's just wait to see what the other card is here first. What do we have for Gemini? What do we have for Gemini? It's your little Gemini song. What do we have for Gemini? Triumphant success. I mean, okay, so I'm just supposed to tell you about prosperity. There's a lot of prosperity coming your way. We had the fulfillment of wishes like showing up, but it didn't really come out. And then I've just got the vision of the I don't remember if it's like material and spiritual prosperity or something like that with the red border. There's a lot of prosperity coming your way. And we have the universe card. So this card is talking about you being in alignment with the universe, being in alignment with the source of you. Call it God, call it source, call it your inner being. And when you're in this type of alignment, this is when everything is ripe for you. Everything wants to hatch. Everything wants to come to fruition because you're sort of really in co-creation with the universe. Together with triumphant success. Triumphant success, and this card always this is telling me that there has been a journey. Like we're not flying in on a goose, because that's when everything is really easy, is when you're flying on geeses. And it's not the flying in on the goose, which is not the reference to a Tom Cruise movie, flying around on the person. Stop it. Okay, this is when it probably feels like you've been wanting for something for a while. This is a breakthrough. This is coming up from the earth, from the underground. There it was. Like I made it. I came up and I succeeded. I prevailed. Is that what it's called? Like you didn't give up. And it can also be like a breakthrough in communication here with this card. There's a real breakthrough in an understanding with someone else, or like someone really gets the point of view, or you get someone else's picture right now. Maybe it's like being a little bit like fnurra på tråden, I would say in Swedish. A little bit of a beef with someone, or something has been a little bit of a conflict, and then all of a sudden everything clears up. There's a clear communication, and like just like that, you just understand the other person, or they just like, oh, is that what you mean? Like, okay, and you sort of become friends. So there's awesome. This eclipse brings prosperity, brings wishes of fulfillment of wishes. It brings some breakthroughs for you because you're in alignment with the universe, which is really, really awesome. Okay, that's what I have for you, beautiful Gemini. Thank you. Hi, beautiful Cancer. Welcome to your lunar eclipse quickie. We're going to get some short inspirational messages here for Cancer for this lunar eclipse. So let's see what that is about for you. As far as we can see back here, Aries, Taurus, Gemini has had really beautiful messages. So I just hope that we'll continue on this path now. What do we have for Cancer, please? Cancer. Wow, the heart chakra. And we have the heart chakra for Cancer, and what else? The star card. This is rather beautiful as well. I mean, it's probably the most gorgeous thing ever because we have the heart chakra there. So, and together with the star card, and this deck is called the Hope card. 17 is immortality. 17 is living forever. It's like it's just a never ending, and it sounds like when stuff is hard and you hear the news that nothing is ever ending, it's like then I might want to sign out because I don't want to do this anymore. But when you're starting to get into the flow, when you're starting to understand the heart excuse me, the heart of the matter, so so to speak. I don't know what's going on. I'm sorry. Excuse me. I think that was mine. I don't think it was yours. When you are coming more and more into your heart, when you've dropped from your head into your heart, and maybe this whole solar eclipse coming into the lunar eclipse has really made you center yourself around your heart. Start to really listen and pay attention to what's important to you. What is your passion? Where's your home? What's your foundation? And then together with the star card, that is a lot about like you're wishing for certain things. So that is a lot about manifestation, things coming to fruition, but it's also about healing, becoming whole, and becoming like the star of your own show, if you will. And with both number 4 and 17 there, it's like very foundational numbers. 4 is the heart. 4 is the foundation. Like I said, 17 is the never-endedness. It's immortality. It's feeling invincible. It's like you step into this beautiful, beautiful energy where nothing, you don't need to ask for, like it's called a hope card, but like once you have surpassed the hope, you don't need hope anymore because you're in the knowing. And when you're in the knowing, you don't even have a question because it's like, everything is going to work out. So if you don't feel this right this moment, Cancer, if you feel a little bit more on the crazy side or like a little bit overwhelmed, or maybe just every other day, one day is clear and the other one is like, I thought yesterday was a good day. Where did that go? To just know that this is where you're headed. You're headed more into the depth of your heart and to really starting to feel whole and understand the eternalness of that which is you, which is really beautiful. Okay? That's what I have for you, beautiful Cancer. Thank you so much. Hi, beautiful Leo. Welcome to your lunar eclipse quickie. We're going to have some inspirational messages for you, Leo, around this lunar eclipse. So what do we have for Leo here, please? Lunar eclipse. Spiritual strength. That's gorgeous. And we're waiting on another card. Spiritual strength. I love this card. So beautiful. And lunar eclipse for Leo. One card that worked itself out there. Authority. Okay. We're starting with this spiritual strength. Like, just look at this. I feel, Leo, that like in the past couple of maybe months or even years, but definitely the past couple of months, things had probably really started to progress when it comes to really finding that spiritual support or like lean more into your spiritual backup. Does that make sense? Like not feeling so alone anymore and not feeling so, if anything should be done here, you need to do it on your own. Maybe questioning the universe a little bit, questioning your source a little bit, and then really starting to connect with your inner being and work through some stuff that really has allowed for you to. I mean, obviously, when we have spiritual strength here, is when something you can have like a dark night of the soul. You can have this is like a phoenix rising feeling that obviously, when there's spiritual strength. Spiritual, in my reference and in my world, and the information here is just not, you just don't gain spiritual strength just like that. It's not given, you can't buy it in the grocery store, and it's not just handed to you, like, here's some spiritual strength. I wish it could be that like that sometimes. But spiritual strength feels like something you, I don't want to say the word earn, because it sounds like it's something that you, now you earned it. You earned that just by being born. But I mean, it's something that you have now accumulated. You have now gained. You've gained spiritual strength due to a situation that you have worked through, that you have now come out of. And now you're feeling so much more powerful. So, and maybe even for the first time, that you do sense this big guy in like having your back. This is obviously you. Obviously. And now you're backed up by this. You've always had a spirit team. You've always had your angels with you. But sometimes when we try to do things on our own, it's a little bit tough to hear or understand that they're even there. And I think maybe, Leo, for this past couple of months, maybe even years, and definitely in this time period of this solar eclipse until the lunar eclipse, something has just clicked where you have just become so much more strong spiritually and you feel like the universe finally has your back. They've had your back all along, but now you start to recognize it. With the authority card, which is, so it's interesting because these are coming out together with the spiritual strength. There's something you've been working on forever and ever and ever, and you're getting stronger by the minute. You're just getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And you're starting to realize that there, like I said, there is a support system for you out there. And now, just because you have come into that realization, what we sometimes tend to do is that we want to share that information with other people, and they might not be on the same path. They might not be like, stand in your integrity, stay in your authority, be the leader and the teacher and even the guide in your own life, and lead by example. Does that make sense? Don't lead by telling other people what to do. Here's what I did. If you just do this, or if you just read this book, or if you just watch this movie, or you just listen to this podcast, or if you just blah, 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 you know, because you have found, or starting to find, if you're questioning this still a little bit, know that this is around the corner. This is probably starting to fall into place, definitely with this lunar eclipse. The things are clicking into place for you. I can't say it in any other way. It's like, I got it. Like, I know now. I know what it means. And it doesn't mean that you're there all the time. It doesn't mean that you feel all of this all the time. But once you've had that insight that you are the extension of source, you are this powerful, then at least it's easier to go back there over and over again. Stand in your integrity, stand in your power, and let others just continue to be exactly who they are. And they'll come to you. They'll come to you, ask, what is it that you're doing, Leo? What is it that has changed? And you might even then say, are you asking me a question? Do you want to tell me what I've done? And if they then like, well, I guess, no? Do you want to know or do you not? Yes. Then tell them. Don't put anything on anyone else. And it's so frustrating sometimes. And I know, Leo, because it's so frustrating when you're standing on the outside and you see exactly what that person needs. You see exactly what they need. You see what they're doing, and you see where they sort of falter, and they're complaining about their situation. It's not like they're happy and you think that they should just lead a different life. They're happy and they're not happy with their situation. They're complaining about it. You see the solution, and yet you're not supposed to say anything. Because unless they've asked, they're not open to your suggestion or to your answer. Okay? You're on a really, really good path here though, Leo. And something will even like come more into, it clicks into place around this lunar eclipse. Okay? So that's what I have for you. Thank you so much, Leo. Hi, beautiful Virgo. Welcome to your lunar eclipse quickie. So we're going to see what we have for Virgo here, please. Virgo Nation, what do you have for them, please? Prosperity begins. I saw that card already for... Was it Taurus or Gemini? I'm sorry, Virgo. I can't remember now. You'll know if this is... I think it was Gemini. Now when I think about it, it's Gemini. That I saw this card for Gemini, but I saw it from my inner vision. It didn't come out. But I told them about it. Like, I see this prosperity... I was like, I don't really remember what it's called, but it has this red border around it. And I see this prosperity thing coming in. So if there's someone that has a link to Gemini, please check the Gemini reading out as well. Or they're strongly linked to Virgo somehow, some way. So we're starting with Prosperity Begins, which is really beautiful. And then what else for Virgo, please? It might also be for you victory and success. Not a single sign has had anything like, oh, that's not going to be good. Or like, and it's not even like, yeah, and it's okay, you know. It's just really a lot of victory and success and prosperity and wishes fulfilled. And this is a beautiful, beautiful moment in time. I thought perhaps that it was going to be a little bit more tough for people. Maybe maybe it is. And you're like, well, it is tough for me. I don't know what you're talking about. This is going to be on the other end of that. I just want to say that Okay, so there was a reason why I saw this card for my inner vision already for Gemini. Excuse me. And then I did Cancer and Leo. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Needed to cough there a little bit. So I did Cancer and Leo in between, and then the card actually showed up. So obviously it was a message for a Gemini as well, but there might be a message within this message that there's something you get a hint about it, like on Gemini level, and then we need to go through Cancer and Leo, but when we reach Virgo, it's actually going to come out. So there's something about getting premonitions perhaps about something, seeing something for your inner vision, and maybe not even realizing, like, where does this fit in? If you just sit with it for a bit, or let time do what it does best, it's going to fall into place, or it's going to make sense why you saw that, or why you felt the way you felt, or something like that, okay? So we start with this prosperity begins, which is putting down the seed to something. You may have like really nurtured something for a while, whether this is a relationship, a dream, an idea, like a business that you've been wanting to start forever, or you have started it and you nurtured it and you've been wanting it to come to fruition. Now come this lunar eclipse. There's something about like just going for what it is that you want. There might be like discussions around something. There's been a talk about something, but the talk hasn't really led anywhere. It's just talk, you know. You have meeting after meeting, or conversation after conversation in a certain relationship or whatever. And then around this lunar eclipse, all of a sudden, it's not so all of a sudden, because we have put the seed down, we watched it grow, we've really nourished it. Nurtured is what I wanted to say. And here comes the tree, and it really gets to blossom now. Like it's bearing fruit. I love that for you. And then we have victory and success. Like we're number 1 and number 6. 1 is a new beginning. It's new energy coming in. And 6 is all about love and harmony. And this is when the worrisome clouds are fading away. You're literally, obviously everything that you're doing in your life and everything that turns out in your life is going to be due to you. It's going to be your, like, you can take credit for it, but I just feel like there's something that you've done, Virgo, recently that you really can take credit for. There's something that you moved along, something you've been wanting to see a difference in, or people have come to you for answers or whatever. It's just that you have been a centerpiece or a focal point in some sort of shift taking place, and you have really done a wonderful job at turning something around or starting something up, or, you know, and there's victory and success. If you don't see this victory and success, if you are in the prosperity begins, like you're just at the beginning stages of something, there might be the message again about seeing something for your inner eye and holding to that vision, and just really have faith and holding to that vision, even though you can't just see it just yet, is going to lead to victory and success. Like from Gemini to then Cancer, Leo, and then it's going to be a blossoming moment when we reach Virgo, right? So that's what I have for you, beautiful Virgo. Thank you so much. Hi, beautiful Libra. Welcome to your full moon quickie. Not full moon, but lunar eclipse, rather. Your lunar eclipse in Scorpio. What do we have for Libra here, please? Some short inspirational messages for Libra. Around this eclipse. Shadow and 18 with shadow. And we're waiting for one more card. Just want to show you. Shadow card there. With the authority card. And I think that Leo had the authority card as well. So Libra, this is absolutely stunning. I mean, when people see the shadow card, they sort of, what is that? It's golden. It really is golden. This is a time, perhaps it's been longer than like between solar eclipse and lunar eclipse, but the end result, the I don't want to call it the culmination, the culmination of things probably has really taken place between the solar eclipse and the lunar eclipse. But this is probably like working with your shadow and find common ground with your shadow, not seeing the like when we talk about I'm going to do shadow work, or like a lot of people do shadow work, it's like we're going to deal with the stuff that's bad and then we're going to hurry it back into the light. But when we start to understand that we need the shadow as much as we need both of these dudes, right? We need a minus and a plus. We need a negative and a positive in order to create light. And so it's just, they both need to exist. And when you stop judging one or the other, one is better and one is worse, and instead just realizing that the entirety of you is needed. When you include the shadow as an equal in your inner partnership, if you will, you're starting to reach some mastery stuff, literally. Together with this, and this, I just want to say, this lunar eclipse might just be the nail in the coffin. I don't want to use those expressions, but like it might just be the thing that really sort of seals the deal. Like I said, it can be like years of transformation, years in the making of like trying to really incorporate the shadow side of you, and then come into this like open window between the solar eclipse and the lunar eclipse, and around the lunar eclipse, something just, there's a completeness there, there's a wholeness there, there's a beautiful balance between both parties, between both minus and plus. I hope that makes sense. Together with the authority card, which is very much like what I'm getting today when I look at this, is like somebody that just really has found their inner peace, strength. This is authority. This is integrity. This is also making Libra create a whole heck of a lot more. I still see like a blueprint there. It's like we're planning for certain things. You might even use sacred geometry to do it. It just stands out there a little bit. You might not see the final result just yet, but there's things coming right now because of this wholeness or this completion, with a little help of the lunar eclipse here around the 5th. Things are looking good. Things are looking powerful. It's like I want to slow down a little bit when I talk. I want to talk more with my integrity. I want to talk more from a powerful place. I want to be a little bit more quiet. And only speak when I really want to. Only speak when I really have something to say. I like this energy. Okay? That's what I have for you, beautiful Libra. Thank you so much. Hi, beautiful Scorpio. Welcome to your lunar eclipse in your sign. So obviously everyone is feeling this one, but Scorpio is going to feel it the most. And if you're even Scorpio moon, that is probably the height of feeling this one. So we have rest and rejuvenate wants to pop out, meditation, finding your balance. This is transformation and emotional loss. So this is a big one for you, Scorpio, and you probably have felt it already with the solar eclipse. It started just a couple weeks ago, depending when you listen to this, obviously. But going deep, releasing whatever is not yours, share your secrets, put deep down secrets, share that with the world or with a piece of paper, because it needs to come up to the surface. So I'm just going to really go through this with you. It's quite telling. Today I just want to say, though, I see a light It's almost like a huge orb or like a circle that's going on behind this guy. And in the middle there at the root of that tree, there's like an orb. I feel this big light or this big orb is being with you at this time. It's almost like when you're sitting in meditation, if you really go into meditation, you really connect with this light. So we have rest and rejuvenate there, that you need this more than ever right now. You need to ground yourself, Scorpio. You need to root yourself. Earth, do earthing as much as you can. Put your feet on the ground. It doesn't matter if it's the grass or the water or the beach or, you know, it's just getting that connection with Mother Earth. And really go into meditation at this time, because that's where you are seeking the light, getting real access to higher planes, higher vibration, higher frequency, if you will. And just really rest when you feel like you need resting, because this is, we're going to feel this one, and especially you, Scorpio. And then we have the balance card. So this is, again, just talking about what you need to do to find inner balance right now. And one of those things that you can do is meditation, obviously. And whatever else makes you just sing or soar or fly or, you know, flow, whatever that is. I'm just trying to use words of like whatever makes your heart tick is what's needed right now, because that's going to put you mostly and more fastly, can you say that, into balance. So whatever brings you, it doesn't mean that you have to laugh your ass off. It just means that like whatever you feel content, whatever you feel at peace, at home, is where you find that balance. We're undergoing a huge transformation. We have 13, which is all about a death leading to life. It's like you're shedding your old skin and coming into this new version of yourself. It's almost like you're leaving the caterpillar part of you and becoming a butterfly. And this is also the feminine energy. So this transformational time, you probably have really felt this one, but you're coming closer and closer into your heart, and you're going to feel more and more healed and more whole. In doing so, though, there is an emotional loss. Like there is even though, you know, sometimes we know it's time to let go of a certain relationship. Sometimes we know it's time to let go of a certain job or a certain situation that we're in. And even though we maybe even love certain people, we know that here's where the journey ends. And even if it's you who wants to end it, or even if it's like on your initiation, like you initiated this shift, it doesn't mean that you're not going to feel some sort of loss or some sort of, you just need a moment to regain your power and regain your feeling of wholeness again, because this breaking things off or this transformation, when you're letting go of certain parts or certain versions of yourself, you can feel those without that being anything wrong. You just send that back into the light. Love this again, like to just show you. Then you sit in meditation and you just connect with that light again. Okay? So even if it feels a little bit grieving or like sad or like a loss, it doesn't mean that you've made a wrong decision. It just means that there's a release, and it just needs to be transformed back into the light. And then it's going to feel so much more light for you, so much easier. Okay? That's what I have for you, beautiful Scorpio, around this lunar eclipse. Thank you so much, guys. Hi, beautiful Sagittarius. Welcome to your lunar eclipse quickie. So what do we have for Sagittarius here, please, for this lunar eclipse? Sagittarius. There you go. Sagittarius. Obstacles and challenges. It has been a little bit tougher for Sagittarius lately. I think you're coming out of it, I was just going to say. There's a power card. That's what we want to see. So whatever challenge you've been dealing with leading up to this solar lunar eclipse, like there's a window of opportunity to really, really work something out, or really heal something, or really become whole within something. I just remember the Sagittarius, the latest. Maybe I haven't even posted that yet. So depending on when you listen to this, either you have already seen your latest Sagittarius read, or you're just about to. And I think it was a little bit like, okay, it's time to just really put your foot down and claim your power again. You might even have gotten this card. I can't remember though. But there's something like whatever you've been working on, whatever has been like a huge challenge for you, that maybe you felt for a long time like it was really hard to just really mend or heal or come back from, or, you know, this is either you can see that this is someone that's shying away. I don't want to make that jump, or you can look at it as someone just like taking a leap, like they're making an effort to really pick up the speed and make that jump. And I think you have been both. I think you've been a Sagittarius that has been shying away from making this leap for a while, like not even wanting to deal with it. Like it's too much. It's too big of a gap. I can't mend this. I can't deal with this, or I can't heal it. And then, like, I always see this as Avatar little thingies that flies around in the Avatar, like the first Avatar movie. I have to say the first now because there's several. That you're getting the help right now. It's almost like this is a time in your life where the support is all of a sudden coming in for you to heal this moment, heal whatever gap is going on in your life, so that you can reclaim your power. This is really where you're headed to. And if you don't feel this power just yet, know that this is your path. And it's your path because of the past, because of what you've been through. You asked for so much more power and strength. And here it is now. And in the past, you probably haven't felt like you have, that is the journey, or that is where you were headed. But now you're headed there. You probably start to feel it in your body, in your cells. So that's what I have for you, beautiful Sagittarius. Thank you. Hi, beautiful Capricorn. Welcome to your lunar eclipse quickie. Excuse me. So what do we have for Capricorn, please, for this lunar eclipse? Capricorn. Capricorn. Taking a little bit of time. Here you go. I think that was one card. Wow, the crown chakra. Capricorn, we're waiting for another card. Waiting for two other cards. And my goodness me. So we have crown chakra, we have financial and material changes. And we have the awareness card. Okay, I mean, we start with the crown chakra, which is very much about like the connection with the universe. This is the lotus flower, like this is your psychic center. I mean, a lot of people focus a lot on the third eye when it comes to the psychic center, but like there's just as much in your crown chakra, I feel. And I just feel like with the crown, there's so much connection to other dimension. There's a knowing of your immortality, of your eternalness, of your internal being. There's just a real awareness there to Capricorn that is going on right now. And together with the awareness card, that is the magician with, do you see what's circled in there? The crown chakra is really circled in, like it's like having two cards with the crown. So if you feel this already, like if you feel this is like, you can call it the blue flame or the white flame, or like use whatever flame you want. But there is something like an invitation, an opening, if you will, to the higher planes. And either you are already working on this, you know exactly what I'm talking about, or you have been called here for a while to maybe sit down in meditation and really focus on your crown chakra and just really open up that lotus flower of yours in your head to connect to the other side, to connect to higher dimensions. This is going to bring about, it says financial and material changes, but I also want to say, like, yes, that's a good effect, or that's a good consequence of doing all of this work, like coming into understanding that you're the magician, being in concert, if you will, with the universe, and really open that crown chakra up. Is obviously, it's really beautiful when you are hitting the lottery, maybe literally or like metaphorically, hitting the lottery, so to speak, to be able to manifest exactly what it is that you want. That's gorgeous. That's beautiful. But that is just still a consequence of being in the most beautiful place where you just feel so connected. You feel peaceful. You feel connected. You feel like the universe has your back. It is just a really, really gorgeous place to be in. And it's going to create a lot of beautiful changes for you. And I just have to say, because we had a card that looks similarly to this, and I probably confused the cards a little bit. We have financial and material changes for Virgo. No, sorry. We have prosperity. Prosperity begins for Virgo. But then I saw, from my inner eye, I saw this card, or like a mix with this card, and prosperity begins for Gemini. And the message there was that first I saw the vision of it, but the card didn't come out for Gemini, but then it came out for Virgo instead. And now we have the similar, I think I sort of almost saw a mix of this card and the prosperity begins, like that were one card. So I want to say to you guys as well, Capricorn, there's something about getting a vision about something, having a clear understanding of something, seeing this is about to come into fruition, but not until like a couple of signs later, it's actually showing up. So this could be that you're having premonitions about certain things. You're starting to understand what you're now coming into. And that's going to serve you really well. Like, pay attention to that. You're not making that up. That is your guidance showing you where you're headed. This is just awesome. Okay? That's what I have for you. Beautiful, beautiful Capricorn. Thank you. Hi, beautiful Aquarius. Welcome to your lunar eclipse. Your lunar eclipse. Your lunar eclipse quickie is lunar eclipse. We're going to see here. We're going to see what we have for Aquarius for the lunar eclipse. Some inspirational messages here, please. Truth. We have the Truth card. We had the Libra card come out there. Well, it got stuck, so it didn't really want to come out, but it wants to show up. Truth, authenticity, the 2.0 version of you. Standing in your power, putting your foot down, setting boundaries. Okay, what else here for Aquarius, please? Wow. Okay, so we have deception and envy come out first, and then we have triumph, and they're both number 7. So to me today, the number 7 implies that it might look like this is something that we don't want. And obviously, if we were to choose, like we were going into a restaurant, if there's certain things that you don't like there, and there are certain things that you know for a fact that you do like, obviously you're not going to order the ones that doesn't, like, you know you don't like it. I'll have some of that I don't like. I mean, I'm going to pay for it as well. Obviously not. But when these 2 sevens are coming out, it's like saying that, okay, so it's almost like the universe has provided you with this. It's like the universe has provided you with people that are showing their true colors. Like, things are coming up to the surface. People are, if they have been, I don't know how to say it, if they've been sort of your quote unquote your friend for a long time, or they have been your partner in crime, or they've been what you have considered to be like a friend probably, and then all these crazy things start to happen. Maybe there's a lot of shifts going on in your personal life, Aquarius, or due to this energy, due to these eclipses, a lot of crazy behaviors are starting to come out from certain people that makes them actually show their true colors, if that makes any sense. So it's like, you might think like, I didn't ask for this, but in a way you did. Like, you did ask to, we had the Libra card there. Like, we want the truth here. You want the authenticity from people. You want the honest version out of people. And it's like, whatever they have been, I don't want to use the word like getting away with, but if they've been playing a part that they're not cut out for the next level in your life, let's say, and you're actually moving on right now, like you're taking this energy that is now given to planet Earth, like this solar eclipse with the lunar eclipse, like there's a lot of things being cleared out. You're actually listening to that guidance and you're clearing out what doesn't serve you anymore and you're allowing in what does. It puts you on a really beautiful path, and that can sometimes be a little bit annoying to other people when they don't feel like they can follow the same path, or that they have an issue to, instead of saying, oh my God, that's so beautiful, Aquarius, what is it that you're doing? Can you please show me? A lot of people then instead go that they're getting envious of you or getting jealous of you or getting like almost a little bit resentful for you being able to make that change. Instead of them sort of being vulnerable and say, please show me how you did it, they're going to come after you, or they're going to make it clear that, and you're going to start to see a different side to certain people, and you're going to want that. You're going to want them to show up and show you the real selves that they are, so that you can make a real honest decision about who to keep on in your life, whether this is for a business or like a job, if this is a friendship, if this is a romantic partnership, like whatever this is. Certain people are showing their true colors right now, and it's not fun. You wouldn't have chosen it, but still you will choose it, because at the other end of this, there's triumph, there's success, there's movement forward. You're going to come in instead when you're releasing, like you're never released to just be then completely on your own, or complete, like, oh, there's always something that replaces it, or it's not even a replacement, but it's like something new will come in instead. You're making an upgrade. You're making a transformation here with these eclipses, and specifically around this lunar eclipse, there's something that's like, it just becomes really obvious that, okay, this person has to go and this person gets to stay, or this person has to go, which creates more space for new people to come in. If this is not a relationship situation, this might just be that other people are not that fond of your success. They don't really like that you're having such beautiful success. Instead of wanting to help you and come in to support your changes that you're trying to make, they're sort of, I don't know, I'm almost getting like this very childlike, or not childlike, but childish behavior. Know that at the end of this, there's triumph here. You're going to succeed in whatever it is that you're doing. So keep moving forward, because it's gonna turn out in your favor. Okay. Thank you so much, Aquarius. Hi, beautiful Pisces. Welcome to your lunar eclipse quickie. So let's see what we have for Pisces here for this lunar eclipse. Just a short inspirational message, please, for Pisces. I hope you're doing okay in these rather challenging times. Transformation, Pisces. And what else for Pisces? Sacrifice, number 12. So we have 12 and 13, and that's usually, and in this case as well, it just shows a really beautiful process. There's something that is just, you can't hurry the speed up of this. You can't push anything more quickly than it goes. It also is not happening, because it's a progress, it's a process. There's something going on right now that we're taking logical steps towards. Okay, and we started with the transformation card there, which is death leading to life. This is a cocoon. This is shedding your skin. This is coming out on the other side like a butterfly, maybe even like from a caterpillar to a butterfly. This is a big transformation happening exactly around these eclipses. And although there might have been like a lot of sacrifice, there might be so sacrifice can sometimes be, you want to make this transformation. It's a little bit of a similar message here for Aquarius, but not really. It came out a little bit differently, but I feel like it's almost like the same vibe here. But it's like sometimes when we do this type of transformation. Like you want to move up to higher planes. You want to get into the yummier vibration, if you will. And as you start to raise that vibration of yours, as you come into more and more of the authentic version of yourself, as you start to make this transformation, there's going to be certain people that just falls away, or certain interests even that falls away, and other interests that comes into your life, and other people that comes into your life. And you know, it might feel like even that there's a sacrifice that needs to be made here. You need to drop, this is very metaphorical, I feel like we need to drop the lower planes. We need to drop the darker, heavier energies to be able to make this transformation, to go up into the heavens, to be more in alignment with the rainbow frequencies, you know, which is just really, really gorgeous. Because we have a 12 and the 13 here, this is not happening. You don't have to be scared that you're not making this transition, or that you're not answering the call, if you will, because you are. And sometimes it just feels like you're not, because things might feel like it moves a little bit slowly. It looks like you're asking a whole lot of questions, but not much is being answered. It's because a lot is being worked on the inner planes. And if you just sort of sit this one through, or you just have a little bit of patience, there's probably a bigger transformation than you ever saw in your life that is happening as we speak. And just like I said, because you don't see it physically yet, doesn't mean that it's not happening, or that something's going on the inner planes. So the sacrifice might be that you need to drop a friend or two. It might mean that you're shifting careers, and so you need to let go of a certain career that it's like bittersweet, because you feel like it's time to release it, or time to let go, but it still feels like a sacrifice. In order for you to be able to make this transformation, you need to sacrifice certain things in your life, or certain friends, or certain, you know, whatever. At the end of it though, and I talk about this sometimes, I don't see it as being a sacrifice, because ultimately it's something you want. And if it's something you want, you're not really sacrificing anything. Does that make sense? Then we understand that every person has their path, as you do. And every transformative situation in your life calls for certain changes. And if we know that certain things are only here to last a certain time, we're fine with those changes. We understand that it's there for the amount of time that it's there. And because you want the transformation, you want the higher planes, you just do certain things that are needed. Okay? There's a big transformation happening here. You might feel it in your body even, almost like aches, but it's not really ache. It's almost like what is that called? Träningsvärk. You're just sore. It's like you're sore after training your body, but you haven't really trained your body. So it's like, I don't know why my muscles are hurting, or like my heart is hurting a little bit, or like you really physically feel this one, even though you haven't done anything. Then it might just be due to this transformational shift going on in your in your every cell. Okay? You're on the good path, even though you might feel this one. That's what I have for you, beautiful Pisces. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys.